My name is Jim Rollefson. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about putting. Back in Wisconsin about 10 years ago, a man named Gerry Cordy wrote a book about putting, and he used Steve Stricker, who's a PGA Tour player, who's won a lot of tournaments, very, very good player from Wisconsin, as his model. And I'm just going to give you the highlights of what they were teaching. Good putters, when they putt, rock their shoulders and their head keeps looking down at the ball through the stroke. The shoulders rock around their spine. The shoulders rock. The head stays pretty still. Poor putters chase after the putt like this, which pulls, or they might chase and push, but they're not going at the hole. What Gerry Cordy taught people to do was put the ball on the ground. We have low, bright sunshine right now. If I stare at this golf ball when I'm putting, after the ball goes, I can see the opposite image of this white ball. So let me explain. So there's a white ball. If I glaze at it and look at it, the ball leaves, and I keep looking underneath it. I'm going to see the same size golf ball, except it's black. It's going to be the opposite image on my retina looking on the ground. So if you practice putting in bright sunshine and look where the ball was after 2 or 3 or 4, you'll see a black golf ball laying on the ground. And what that does is, so I'm staring at that golf ball, I'm going to look for the dot after it goes. I'm looking for the spot after the ball goes. So I'm going to hold my head still by looking where the ball was. And I saw the black circle image there, right there. My ball went in just by chance, but anyway, the ball went in the hole 10 feet away. So looking at that spot does make a difference. And you just kind of glaze down at it while you're practicing putting. So I look at it, look at the hole, come back, rock my shoulders, and I see the black spot again right there. It's easy to see it. And if you look at what I did, you probably didn't see my head moving. It just stays here as my shoulders rock. I'll do one more. Look at the target. And probably very little head action. And that's what allows you to get the ball rolling on line. There's other things I didn't mention, like good putters will stand behind their ball and they'll pick out a target 2, 3, 4 inches ahead. If my ball, I'm kind of going right edge here. So I'm looking at if there's any sand, anything down here. Then I'm going to walk in, line up to this close target, see if it fits the farther target, and now I'm settled. And now I'm going to look for that black dot after I putt it. Now, if you're in an area where it's not bright sunlight, you want to practice the same thing. You can put a dime on the ground, and I put a coin there, and put the ball there, and do the same thing. After the ball goes, look for the dime underneath it. And that also is another way to assure that your head is not rocking or moving back and forth. When you first practice this the first 5 or 10 times, you'll have trouble distance because you're thinking so much about looking down here. You probably won't pay as much attention to that, but it will help you as you practice that, hitting the ball on line, because your head is staying still. 2 other simple things that I would tell you: when I putt long putts from here to way over here, I almost always have the other player tend the stick, always tend the flag, if it's more than 20 feet or so. And I always have someone tending the long ones because a body next to the flag helps me feel how far is that away. It's not that I have such good eyesight I can see the bottom. I'm looking for the body over there. So I look at that. I look back and forth. I've already picked up my short, close target where I'm going to try to roll it over, and that's from standing behind first. So I know here's my target right here. So I'm going to line up to that target, and then I'm ready to putt the long putt. The intermediate part I didn't say is, as I'm looking at that long distance with a man standing by the target, which is way over there, it's 40, 50 feet away, I am going to practice putting looking at that guy and the flag. I'm going to take 3 strokes looking down there. I'm not going to take 3 strokes looking down here, trying to feel how hard am I going to hit it down there. I am making sure I have my eye and my brain computer figuring out how far that is, and I have to visually look at the target. So I'm looking down there, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to step into this. I've already got the feeling of how far I'm going to hit it, and that's how I'm going to hit and roll the ball based on what I saw hit. So that helps you with long putts. Long putts help to have somebody tending next to the pin because the size of the body just naturally helps you to know how far away it is. And long putts, the most important thing is to get the distance right, You can be left or right 2 feet and have a 2-footer if you get the distance exactly right. If I put it all the way down there and I was 2 feet right, but exactly as far as the pin was, I'd only have a 2-footer. If I pulled it 2 feet left, I'd still have a 2-footer. If I hit it short 10 feet, I got a 10-footer. If I hit it long 10 feet, I've got a 10-footer unless it went in the hole. So distance control on long putts is very important, and almost all the good tournament players that Gerry and I play with are good leg putters. They get the ball to the hole right around there, and a good distance to miss short putts like from here to here would be somewhere around 15 to 17 inches. And that's what Dave Pell's always talked about. 17 inches seems to be the speed that a ball rolls in the hole and holds its line better. And there's some very good veteran putters that believe a little different. They are really leg putters where they want the ball to just barely fall in the hole, but that's more when the greens were slower and they would always try to take the angle it was going to fall. Today's balls run more directly into the hole in most cases than they probably did in the old days. I hope that helps your putting technique down the road.